Hey folks, this is ioEther and I'm back playing some more World of Tanks. So, as you can see, this is Ronnok in his E50. This is obviously a tier 9 game on Bloomberg. It's an encounter battle, so that should be always a little bit interesting. Let's see. So before we get started, as always, the best ways to support the channel is to like any videos you enjoy. And if you want to post comments, I will answer them. Oh yeah, if you want to talk to me, Facebook, Duxter, and Twitter links are all in the description below. And I will attempt to start streaming it at some point. Hopefully in the near future. Probably not this weekend, next weekend. Anyways, in either case, let's get into the game as Ronnok is going up into a little town section. This is where most of the medium tanks congregate. Most of the time you see the heavy tanks into the middle so they can, start that brawling bit. But an enemy Carnarvon, I'm never going to pronounce that right, has decided to take a residence in the middle road, and it's not a great place for him. The enemy IS is in a really horrible spot, and he is getting pelted for it.
First blood.
He's almost dead by the time he gets across there. And where did that shot go? So the enemy car fired a shot, which apparently penetrated Ronnok's tank without leaving a damage marker. Yeah, I love it when that happens. But it took out his ammo rack, so he's already needed to use his repair kit, firing a clutch shot into a Centurion 7-1. Unfortunately, bouncing off that incredibly bouncy turret, he's going to take another shot, and this time penetrating the side of the enemy tank. That shot probably didn't damage his ammo rack. Good shot into the top portion of the Carnarvon's turret. If you fire at the right angle, you can actually penetrate that turret fairly easily, as long as you're more or less above the enemy tank. Now, for some reason, enemies just seem to be lining up, and Ronnok's just pretty much firing his gun every time it gets loaded. Now, the enemy Carnarvon with like 3 health has decided to push up as far forward as he can, and it's probably going to get him killed in a sec as our T-49 races in behind him. Yep, there goes the enemy Carnarvon. And in the meantime, Ronnok is trying to find a shot in here. We've suddenly realized, of course, that there are 3 enemies on the cap circle while our entire team is out here at the town. Now, I completely forgot to mention this at the start of the game. That's Ash. Ash and Sugar is, of course, platooned up with Ronnok, and Ash seems to be in a great position to take a shot on somebody in the cap. Unfortunately, he didn't. Probably the smarter choice, in fact, to try and take a shot at the 113. Ronnok does a drive-by on this guy, and somebody, our VK, I think, got a pot shot in on one of the capping folks, on capping tanks. Now Ronnok is gonna. I thought he was gonna set up a side scrape, but apparently this E75 is just completely oblivious to anyone being here. And Ronnok, now setting up to side scrape as the E75 notices him. He's gonna pull out in a second and kill this guy. Good shot. Now, for some reason, that KV4 has completely ignored Ronnok over here until this point, and that is his doom. Completely ignoring Ronnok, he has missed crucial shots in Ronnok's side, and he's not going to get them again. Beautiful clutch shot into the top of the T-32, taking out the remaining cap points. And at this point, it's really just a matter of cleaning up the enemy team. Oh, okay, that was a shot from our T-49 into the back end of the T-32. I actually thought he fired into the front of the T-32. I was wondering how he popped it so easily. Beautiful triple kill, and Ash is cleaning up the KV4. There's only a couple of enemy tanks left, and that KV4 is about to die. Yeah, there we go. Our Tiger 2 cleaning him up. And now, instead of just sitting on the cap, why don't we go get some kills? The VK is complaining about his what? Okay, so basically, anytime you don't get a decent ×5, that's because you're incompetent, not the enemy team. Or your friendly team. Beautiful teamwork between the two of them, taking out the T-25 AT, which was almost like bullying because that guy didn't have a chance in the world. And now they're just going to hunt down an M12. What? Did Ronnok just take a pot shot at a friendly? Interesting.
Eradication.
I've never heard that sound effect before. I didn't know it was in this mod pack. That's awesome. Okay, that was an awesome game. 7,900 experience with premium, with a ×5. Wow. Only good enough for a Master Badge 2nd class, Firefighter Bruiser, and the Brothers in Arms. That, I'm going to guess, is the source of that eradication, or eradicated sound effect that I've never heard before. High Caliber, yeah, and then Confederate for his job in dishing out a whole whackload of damage and not taking very many kills for his efforts. I actually got some spine damage, which I didn't expect. And actually got a lot more than I thought he did, considering the... What? 863 spine damage on that E75. Okay. Considering the fact that he's an E50 not typically known for its spawning capabilities, that's incredibly impressive. 3,800 damage on top of that. Incredibly well done. And these three all deserve props for all getting 3 kills apiece, and that being the majority of the enemy team spread out between the 3 of them. That T-49 got incredibly lucky on a couple of different shots and, of course, cleaned up that Carnarvon kill. 16 shots fired, 12 penetrations for a whole bunch of damage, and a little bit blocked by armor. But that there is impressive for a tank that's not known for its spotting and assistance damage. That was an awesome game. That's awesome. Thank you very much, Ronnok, for saying in. That was so much fun to watch. I will see you all next time. This is ioEther out.
Hey folks, this is ioEther, and we're back with some more World Tanks. Side scraping! How to counter a player who's side scraping. So the E100 is trying to side scrape. And you can see... let's see where... Ronnok is actually firing at the engine deck of the enemy tank. And, well, that makes sense, because Ronnok's gun is actually higher up than the enemy tank's engine deck, so he can aim down. And if he concentrates right, and if he... well, yeah, T-57. Really? How did you miss that shot on the T-57? Really? That was like a free shot. So the enemy E100 is getting really pissed that Ronnok can somehow penetrate him without being, without exposing enough of his tank so that so this guy can kill Ronnok. So Ronnok's, yeah, again, gonna shoot for the engine deck.